What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of After Credits. I'm your host, Daniel. He's your co-host, Barnyard. We've got Dingleberry, and we've got one of our newbies, Mr. Noah.
What's up?
He's so new that he didn't remove the fucking head cover.
Yeah,
So
he
we won't be
did.
able to see him.
You will not be able to see him, and he's strapped in the seatbelt. Why are you wearing a
I
seatbelt?
don't know.
Get loose and free. Get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
We went to go see Arrival, the new sci-fi flick directed by Denis Villeneuve, who directed last year's Sicario and Prisoners, a movie which I fucking love. And this movie stars Amy Adams as Louise, a world-class linguist who, when aliens arrive, is tasked with learning their language and figuring out how to communicate with these aliens. Helping her out is Jeremy Renner, who plays Ian, a theoretical physicist. Less smarmy Jeff Goldblum Independence Day type. I don't know if y'all got that vibe.
I got a little bit.
Holy shit, if there's a movie you guys need to see twice this year, it's this one. It's like every year for Oscar season, for the past couple years, we've gotten a space movie, freaking Gravity, Interstellar, The Martian, and I feel like they keep getting better, because I think this is better than fucking all of these.
The only one I've seen out of that category is The Martian, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
What's great about these Oscar space movies is that they're all different. They all approach space and sci-fi in a different way. And this one is very much about memories, about time, about experience, breaking down human communication. Fuck, man, there's so much to love in this. I think this is gonna be the movie that next February is gonna take all the Oscar nominations. It may not win all of them, but it's gonna be the 10 or 11, kind of like Grand Budapest Hotel last year,
All
or a
right.
couple of years ago, or Mad Max.
That's a bold statement. It had slow points, but you still did not feel like you were bored. It keeps your mind going. It doesn't necessarily have to have the special effects like Doctor Strange. I find myself rambling, but there's really nothing to complain about.
I was blown away by this film. I agree with what he said. You know, it kept you on the edge of your seat. Like, it kept you thinking about everything. There wasn't really a moment where you could just sit back and relax.
Damn. Enough said.
The most intellectual one of the group, guys.
But before we go any further, I feel this is more important for this movie than any other thing. Spoiler alert! We're talking about everything. So we're gonna tell you right now, watch this movie and come back and listen to us ramble about what's gonna be the minutia of this review. But if you have not seen this movie, scroll to the time code, listen to our final thoughts and score us out of 6 stars, go see the movie, then come back and check out the spoiler section. Otherwise, you have been warned.
The first 2 minutes of this film was like, it was a little sad. It wasn't as sad as like Up or anything, but it had that same feeling. It showed like one of the first scenes was Amy Adams holding their brand spanking new out of the package baby, and
She went to Sears, she got it out the box, took all the twist ties out of it, plugged in the batteries.
It's only $29.99.
So when the credits are rolling, I told Chair, like, so to be honest, I honestly thought that baby was dead.
No joke.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought that baby was dead.
shows, you know, Amy Adams growing up, or not growing up, but having her daughter grow up, you know, into the like a toddler to a child. Flash forward to when she's teenager, I hate you, and then you find out, you know, she has some uncurable disease. You see the daughter lying in a bed with no hair, and you can tell that she's gone. I was like, what the fuck?
During that whole 2 minutes, you didn't see the dad at all.
No.
It was just Amy Adams and the daughter.
So you assumed the dad left.
The most important part of this movie is those beginning 2 minutes.
Yes.
Because that's when she's talking. You see these images go, but she's talking about memory and how memory exists out of time, that it can go forward and backward. Science mumbo jumbo. Try to pay attention to that because it influences the rest of this film.
Yeah.
Whenever we see the aliens, which this was a really cool alien design.
Oh yeah.
Let's just start with that. I think this is the coolest alien design since Rick Baker's original Alien, the Xenomorph.
I give it that. You know what the xenomorph... Aliens, Alien 3, Alien
don't talk
Resurrection.
about that movie.
man!
Game over!
When you first see them, that you think, oh, these are just, you know, generic squid-looking aliens, and then later on in the film, they're like gigantic, and you're like, holy crap, these are very original looking.
I love how this movie slowly reveals information to you. Even from the very beginning, all you see of these aliens are fog and mist and a shadow here, and then you'll see these like 7 tentacle bodies. You think, oh, the alien looks like, you know, kind of like a
squid.
like a squid with like a small-ish body that maybe it's about like 10 to 15 feet high. Attached to each of its legs are like another little hand, kind of like Doctor Strange, you know, except that's not infinite. Right. So slow, which always keeps you on your toes, but this movie is paced so well that they give you just enough to keep you going, like a trail of breadcrumbs. And that's something I have to applaud Denis Villeneuve and Eric. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but he wrote the screenplay. This is based off a short story. I think it's called Story of Your Life or something
Story
like that.
of my life. I saw that. It was like,
This movie breaks down communication to its smallest of sources. Something that we take for granted, just talking to people and communicating and whatnot. There's this great scene where Amy Adams is breaking down the meaning of a sentence and what it takes to understand a sentence. Forrest Whitaker's playing this colonel that's getting these commands from Washington, and the ultimate goal is to ask the aliens, what is your purpose on Earth? He's trying to rush Amy Adams to get an answer, and so she takes that sentence, what is your purpose on Earth, and breaks it down. Like, the question mark means, do they know what a question is? Do they know what the nature of a question is? And then she talks about the pronoun your. It is like, do they know that we're not talking about your like a single individual or a general you? Listening to that being broken down was fascinating. It was really fun to see how we start to uncover language from fucking scratch. Throughout this movie, as Amy Adams starts learning about the aliens, she starts seeing these visions of previous events in the movie, of her daughter. It dawned on me, after a little while, language is a way for us to take experience, our senses, the things that happen to us. We can take the abstract and conceptualize it or whatnot, right? If we really want to look at the purest form of that expression, it's memory. Us sitting in this car talking about this movie, that is something that is happening to us right now. The little chill that's coming through the window of wind, the motion of the car moving, the fog rolling in from Barnyard's vape, that's all pieces that we're experiencing as senses right now. And if I'm trying to express that, like talking to someone about it, I'm gonna miss parts of it. The best form of me of remembering this or conceptualizing this is having my memory, because then all that experience comes back at once. The only thing I'm missing is the actual physical sensations of memory. You realize that the aliens are talking to her using memory. The way their language is expressed, for them, each thought is one complete package. All the words in a sentence and just plaster them all together. We try to talk faster than our words can think, whereas these aliens think and express their thoughts at the same time. Once I started thinking about that, that's when this movie fucking gets mind-blowing. Like, Outer Limits Twilight Zone shit. And I was fucking in that seat like, because I
saw him do that, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I can't be in that theater like, oh fuck, memory, experience, time. I was about to grab this lady that was sitting next to Noah, kind of at the edge of her seat. I'm like, check this shit out, bitch. She's watching the future.
I also liked how original the design of the aliens' language was. They're shaped like these ink-looking circles. So you'd have some that are like complete, some that aren't. some that open this way, some open this way, some open that way, but they can mean multiple things. I thought that was really cool.
Goes back to my point of that thought being a complete package, because it's not that each circle ink blot is a word, each ink blot is a sentence that has specific or important phrases inside of it.
Best movie I've seen this year, hands down.
What did we think of the
Better than
performances?
Ghostbusters?
I didn't even see Ghostbusters,
Okay.
so yes.
Best movie he's seen. We need to get him the DVD of Ghostbusters. He'll change his mind.
Birthday's coming up in a couple weeks. Just
I don't plan on buying you a DVD for your 21st birthday. I'm just saying.
well, what kind of DVD?
We said
okay.
Ghostbusters.
Okay.
We said Ghostbusters. It doesn't have to be the one with Melissa McCarthy.
Hey, I know a place that sells DVDs he's talking about.
Fuck you.
Sword fighting DVDs? Oh, you mean
Yeah.
E.T. E.T. phone home? The government is taking its time and trying to figure out what the aliens are saying, and so in the rest of the United States, this takes place in Montana, just completely closed off by the government. The rest of the country is losing its shit. Fucking looting. The aliens haven't even shot a laser, and y'all are just finding excuses to steal some shit, right?
Goddamn
America.
Goddamn liberals.
Amy Adams is probably gonna get an Academy Award nomination for this.
Forrest Whitaker, definitely.
Forrest Whitaker,
Jeremy Renner took me a while to, when he said he was a theoretical physicist, I was like, really?
I like the fact that Jeremy Renner is a comic relief, though.
Yeah.
This movie is constantly playing ominous music, and it's shot in a lot of shadows, and you don't know what's going on, but he provided just the right amount of comic relief.
He wasn't like over the top or like took away from the serious tone of the film. It was just enough to like, oh, here's a little clip here and there.
So we've been talking about the aliens' communication as a complete package that's thinking not linearly. What Amy Adams starts figuring out is that, and she says this line in the movie, the more you learn about language, the more your brain starts to think in different ways. Her brain is now thinking like the aliens do, and the aliens' brain exists outside of time. All the visions of her daughter, all the first 2 minutes of the movie, that is all in the future. She is envisioning what is to come with her and Jeremy Renner having this daughter, Hannah. Jeremy Renner is not in the picture because Amy Adams told him in the future that their daughter would die of this terminal disease. And I'm telling you, this last 20 minutes kind of ties everything together. I will say that as soon as the dialogue stops and you start seeing the pieces of Amy Adams' life after this event that comes together, I felt it was a little too dragged out.
Like Return of the King.
Yeah, like it cut to black one too many times, and I thought, oh, is this over? This is gonna be the time it ends. No, we still got a little bit more. It's trying to find needles in haystacks for what makes this movie not perfect. You know, it's
Yeah.
really hard.
It's really nitpicking.
We're leaving out so much, but that's just because you've got to see it for yourself.
So if you scroll through the time code, welcome to our spoiler-free part of the review where we will be giving our final thoughts on this excellent film and our scores out of 6 stars.
It just blew me away. It's definitely in my top 5, maybe top 3. The visuals were great. The science was very thought-provoking and mind-blowing, and I really liked the story. I liked the performances. I can't really find anything major to complain about, so I'm going to give it 6 out of 6.
It's his second review and he's already popping his 6th cherry.
He's excited.
Damn. When the movie first started, I was like, okay, this movie's just going to drag on. It's going to suck ass. Just hurry up and get over. But once it picks up, hands down the best movie I've seen this year. Once you start realizing what's going on, you're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. As soon as like Daniel started freaking out, it like clicked with him. I was like, oh fuck.
Same
Oh,
here. When
fuck.
he was freaking out, I was like, why are you...
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
And just for that, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Damn.
Is that your first 6?
That is my first 6.
Damn.
Alright, damn.
We're breaking little virgin cherries today.
Oh.
Surprisingly, though, I'm not giving this a 6. I thought the ending was just... It didn't hit me as hard as something like Manchester by the Sea did. This is one of those movies that you're gonna have to see twice. Not because you need to understand what's going on, but because you want to see where in the movie they're leaving those breadcrumbs for you, where it's all gonna piece together in the end. Everything about this movie is top notch, from the acting to the writing to the cinematography to the music. It is one of the best science fiction movies I've ever seen. For that, I'm going 5.5.
With the year 2016 being such a shit year for movies,
Amen.
nothing.
Especially
Can I get a hallelujah?
This summer was the most disappointing summer,
Yes.
arguably, in the last few years.
Praise God!
What are you talking about? Ghostbusters is pretty badass.
This is definitely going to be on the top of that list of good films this year. Fuck it. There's not a lot to give anything else this year, so I'm going to give this a 6 out of 6 stars.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Nice.
Damn.
That's probably our highest score.
Highest.
Welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen. I'm currently editing the Arrival review, and because Liam was a jerk and didn't invite us to go see Louis C.K. last night, he ended up watching Arrival today, and at 3:50 p.m., this is his review. Arrival is beautiful and fantastic. Everything I needed right now. I cried openly. 6 stars. Instead of the original HK verdict, we had the new one right here. Even better than you imagined.
It's not one of those, sci-fi movies that's gonna, try to blow you away with special effects and action like Independence Day. Makes you think, it makes you curious, it makes you want to figure out what, the solution is of this problem. And I feel like that movie did deliver. It's definitely going to be one of those movies that you will need to see this year.
If you like this video, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button to be the first to find out when new content comes out. We've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. You can follow all of those below. Liam's blog, liammgahan.wordpress.com is there. Noah, what's your Instagram page that you review on?
It's Geekasaur Noah.
I will put that username in the... Next time we are...
Billy Lynn on Thursday, right?
Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. If it comes here, we'll check it out on Thursday.
It's everywhere next week.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Miles Teller's new boxing movie, Bleed for This.
I really
That's
wanna
coming
see that.
out. Manchester by the Sea comes out. The Edge of 17 comes out. We have reviews for both of those. Nocturnal Animals, Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal as a divorced couple. It's kind of like a story inside a story. Dark romantic drama. It's got great people in it, so we're gonna check that out at a screening. I don't fucking know what else is coming out. I know there's a lot of shit coming out. Oh, Fantastic fucking Beasts and
Yeah,
where
I
to
was about
find
to
them.
say,
Oh,
where's
damn.
Fantastic
That's the
Beasts?
new shit that's coming
So
out.
we have 3 movies to see next week.
I mean, shit, Thanksgiving week is the next week, and we get fucking Bad Santa 2, Allied, Moana,
Ally comes out that
the
week.
23rd, yeah.
Steve Farmer.
We are
Fucked up, too.
busy. Have some adventures and fun times with us, and we'll be sure to keep you updated on your movie needs.
We got a busy holiday season.
That's right. So, from all of us at HalfKocked, take care. Y'all have a good night, and see you later.
Ah.